Hi everybody, Dana Litwin here again, and welcome back to Tuesday Tips for Leaders of Volunteers. This week talking about the December Workalanche, where there's time off and then you have to work really hard on seasonal events and holiday activities and ramping stuff up. So this tends to be a pretty busy time of year for leaders of volunteers. And I myself got back from American Thanksgiving vacation to what felt like an avalanche of work. So I'm calling this the How to Cope with a Workalanche Holidaze Madness Tuesday Tips video. It's important to remember that what your default mode is under stress, whether that's micromanaging or trying to handle everything yourself, take a deep breath and do your best to delegate. I have another Tuesday Tips video here I'll link to about kind of basic time managements, but the crux of that is to ask for help when you need it, assign it, delegate it to trusted peers and especially volunteers where and when you can, and utilize all of that together to try to get fewer of your spinning plates in the air crashing down. Another great tip for the Workalanche that always works for me is to try to get things into easy steps and bite-sized pieces to avoid that big sense of Workalanche overwhelm that can happen this time of year. And especially if you're neurodivergent or have ADD or similar kind of like hyperfocus or less focus attention to tasks, I find it's really easy. And my friends who are neurotypical as well have shared with me kind of some tips around breaking things into bite-sized pieces and not just relying on this sense of panic and overwhelm to, get the paper done the night before type of hyper-focus. If you don't have a good delegation structure, especially to volunteers or peers, other team members in place, recognize where that could be helpful as you're going through stuff through the end of the year for fundraising, again, gala events, other types of huge hectic busyness, and just make a note of some of the pain points or challenges that hopefully get into January. Maybe one of the New Year's resolutions is let's build up delegating and sharing the workload more with people who are interested and available to do that, again, especially volunteers. It's also important this time of year to have boundaries around taking on work that isn't really your own. And this can happen quite frequently to women, and especially women, people of color, in offices that still have kind of racialized and gendered biases around, the women will set up the social event, or we'll put this on so-and-so. Or the other thing we hear this time of year, which drives me bananas, which is, let's just get some volunteers to do that tomorrow. So there can be a lot of competing work priorities from different people that really shouldn't end up on your plate. If you are getting requests from departments for last minute volunteer activities, that might be in your normal duties as assigned, but still have boundaries around that. And I'll also take note of are primarily women being asked to do extra stuff, or is everyone on the team, no matter their gender expression, being given equal amounts of work to participate in, say, a team building event or a company holiday party, things like that. It's also good to have boundaries around your own self-care. There can be a lot of home and family stress this time of year, hosting family members, planning to travel for the holidays and New Year. And it's just as important to take care of yourself, not just at work and set boundaries or delegate, but do your best to draw the line and delegate or hand off to other folks in the family, including, teens, kids. Teens can have jobs. And around that, in the Northern Hemisphere, where I am in the USA, we're losing light. Can lead to seasonal affective depression disorder or SAD. But in the Southern Hemisphere, you're getting into summer and there's more light in the day. But this is still a time of year in December worldwide where, especially for leaders of volunteers, you're asked to work more. You're asked to do more, sometimes with less resources or just spread extra thin. So stay hydrated. If you're in the north and you're in heated buildings because of cold weather, it's easy to forget to just drink normal water or have electrolytes and kind of not just have caffeine and sugar drinks or rich drinks, rich coffee, macchiato, seasonal pumpkin spice stuff all the time. So remember to hydrate. Try to, as much as you can, not only rely on caffeine and sugar. I'm guilty of that this time of year as well. I've tried to push through stuff. But more light should not equal more work hours if you're in the southern hemisphere. And if you're affected by seasonal weather or aches and pains and flare-ups in cold weather, then be sure to get good rest and good hydration. And something that's helped me a lot over the years with my SAD, with seasonal loss of light, kind of low energy feeling, is I always get a UV full spectrum light for when I was working in offices, and now working at home, it's here. And I also check with your doctor if this doesn't interfere with anything else you have going on for medications or supplements. But I tend to just increase my multivitamins and my B complex and my D vitamins and kind of calcium, mag, zinc this time of year as well. That's just one of my tips for balancing out all of the extra stress and strain that's put on your schedule and your mind and your body this time of year. So I hope you've enjoyed these quick Holiday Helpers Tuesday tips for 2023, and I'll have more of my timeless Holiday Helper Tuesday tips throughout the month of December and into the new year. So take care, have a great rest of the week, like, subscribe, and please share this video with any peers or friends that you think might enjoy it. We'll see you next time.